Let's welcome back to the show Texas Congresswoman Monica de la Cruz. Congresswoman, thank you so much. You are from the House Border Security Caucus. What is going on with Democrats here? Because we have, it looks like now, close to 52,000 criminal illegal aliens crossing the border. People are coming in unvetted. The Democrats are okay with this?
Look, the numbers are staggering. It's not hundreds of thousands, it's millions of illegal immigrants that have crossed through our borders. And we're seeing states like New York, we're seeing Chicago, other places saying this is a crisis. Look, the Senate Democrat leaders would like to say that it's Republicans' fault, but remember, House Republicans passed H.R. 2 over 6 months ago. We made a strong stance on what border security looks like. We stood together, we passed a package, and it is Senate Democrats that have sat on their hands and done absolutely nothing, insulting the American people, insulting border communities like mine.
Okay, so the president, when he took office, did about 300 executive actions through January 2022, many of them weakening the border, turning back Trump's border rules. Border authorities just had to suspend operations at international railroad crossings in 2 Texas border cities because they need to free up agents to deal with the flood of illegal immigration. So they're shutting down international commerce to deal with Biden's border crisis. Let's watch former President Trump on this. Watch.
I will shift massive portions of federal law enforcement to immigration enforcement, including parts of the DEA, ATF, FBI, and DHS. And I will make clear that we must use any and all resources needed to stop the invasion of our country, including moving thousands of troops currently stationed overseas in countries that don't like us. They laugh at our current president. They think he's a fool. Under Biden, you have the highest number of illegal border crossings in the history of our country, by far the highest number of illegal visa overstays, and by far a new record being set every single week on drugs. I will also use Title 42 to end child trafficking crisis by returning all trafficked children to their families in their home countries immediately.
Did you hear the former president? There's child trafficking at the border, under this chaotic border, under this White House. There's an immense amount of drug trafficking and human trafficking going on. You know, you have a Fox News poll, 8 out of 10 voters warn the border is a serious problem, even an emergency.
That is exactly right. Look, as a mother of 2 teenage children myself, I worry every day about the unprecedented amount of drugs that are crossing this border. We're coming up on Christmas within a week, and there will be families sitting at the dinner table without loved ones, empty chairs. Can you imagine how heartbreaking this is for mothers, fathers, sitting during these holidays without their loved ones because of Joe Biden's open border policy that's allowed countless amounts of fentanyl to cross our border? Now, we just saw right now about Border Patrol and how President Trump would send in other law enforcement to help. The Border Patrol and custom agents have been crippled under Joe Biden's weak border policy. And it is communities like mine, border communities like mine, where law enforcement has had to step up and help our Border Patrol agents.
We've got news. The governor of your state, Texas, the Texas governor just signed a bill that basically would enable state officials to do border arrests and the state to do deportations. And it makes illegal border crossings a state crime. So that news is just coming in, breaking news right now. You know, the Democrat Party is clearly divided. Voter polls show they simply want Democrats to secure the border. Watch this.
I'm very optimistic. They're moving in a very positive way. They understand that the border is broken, and we've got to stop this dangerous immigration that we have coming to our country from all over the world, Jake. Things that we've never seen, numbers that we have never seen like this. the whole world is in the flux, and they're taking advantage of a system that truly is broken. And this is not immigration reform. They're basically working diligently on just securing the border. It must be done. It must be shut down.
How much backlash will you get from the left if he does agree to these changes?
There's going to be a lot. We have to put together a coalition that is the same coalition we delivered in 2020 for him to win the White House, for us to win the Senate, and for us to take back the House.
Okay, here's the issue. The president is not the president of the far left or the progressive wing of his party. He's not just the president of the Hispanic caucus. He's the president of all of America. Governor Ron DeSantis said he would declare an emergency at the border on day one if he wins. You now have the governor of your state making it a state crime in Texas to cross the border illegally. What do you make of this breaking news?
What I would say is Democrats outside of Washington, D.C., Democrat politicians all agree the border is a crisis. We just heard from Arizona sending their National Guard to the border. We've heard from states like New York saying this is a crisis. But Washington Democrat politicians continue to put their blinders on. They're not listening to their communities. They're not listening to Americans. Governor Abbott stands for border security, and that's why he's enacted rules that help secure our border, because our president refuses to stand up for national security and protecting Americans.
Congresswoman Cruz, thank you so much for joining us tonight. It's good to see you.
Thank you.